Hello students. So over here, as you can see, today we are going to discuss personal pronomen in context of nominative and accusative both. Till now, y'all were just knowing nominative personal pronomen. In our previous videos, part 1 and part 2 of personal pronomen, I just gave you brief idea about what is personal pronomen. Then I told you about singular and plural, that is singular and plural. Then we discussed about first person, second person and third person topic. So if you are not aware about the concepts, because while using in our day-to-day life in English, we use it very fluently. But when the time comes of recognizing the personal pronouns in a sentence and to give the reason why this personal pronoun you have used, you're not able to do it perfectly. So please go and watch the previous video, which is completely based on nominative column. Yeah, part 1 and part 2 is based on nominative column. Go through it and then only come back to this video. So as you have already watched the previous video, then you have come back to this video. Yeah. So this video talks about accusative column. So the first column is nominative, that is ish, do, er, z, s, wear, ear, big Z and small z. The meanings are written in English with a red color pen, and the accusative, the items are mish, dish, in. This is I, H, H for horse, N for number. I, H, N. Please write it properly. I, H, N for number. So, in, Z, S, uns, oish, oi and ch, sh, oish, big Z and small z. So this is the column for nominative and accusative. The below part I have mentioned also that this big Z is nothing but a second person formal, because I have written over here 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 are singular pronouns and 1, 2, 3 are plural pronouns. But from that, this big Z is second person, singular and plural both. Now, coming to the accusative. Why we need accusative, I'll tell you first. Okay. So let's take an example. Er braucht Vater. Peter braucht Vater. Now here, now y'all should know what is personal pronoun if you have really watched the previous video properly. So I won't be going for the detail of personal pronoun. So instead of Peter and Vater, we are going to use a pronoun. Yeah, pronoun means the word used instead of a noun. So we are going to use for Peter. What word can we use? For determining that, first we should know that braucht means need. So the meaning of the verb is very important. So you should know all the meanings of the verbs. Brauchen is to need. You need something. I need pen, I need mobile, I need photo, I need pencil, whatever you need. So Peter braucht Vater. So Peter needs father. Okay. I have intentionally taken a male gender because in male gender we can see the differentiation. So Peter braucht Vater. In this type of sentence, instead of using Peter, because Peter is a noun, Vater is a noun. So instead of these two nouns, we will replace them with personal pronouns. And you have these many personal pronouns in front of you. Which one is suitable for Peter braucht Vater? For that you need to know this noun, which noun you are going to replace. That noun's gender is important, and the noun's, even the noun's case is important, and which person it is. First person, third person, second person. Which person it is. That is also important. So here, Peter, the case is important first. So Peter is a doer because Peter is doing action of needing. So Peter is doer. So you can even write in the bracket over here that Peter is nominative. NOMI can be short form. Don't just write N, because N represents neutral also. So don't just write N. Write nomi if you want to write a short form. Once you have written a nominative column, then only the Peter is nominative in the sentence. The whole sentence is not nominative or accusative. In the sentence, there are parts which are nominative or accusative. So over here, Peter is nominative. Once I got it is nominative, I will understand which column to refer. So I know for the Peter, I need to refer nominative column. Now in nominative, you have so many options. So let's go to the person now. Peter is first person, Peter is second person, or Peter is third person. Which person is Peter? Now Peter, we are not Peter, so it cannot be first person, because whenever you are Peter, there the word ish will come for sure, where will come for sure. If you are talking to Peter, that means there will be the comma after noun. Whenever there is a comma after a noun, I have already given you hint that when you talk to somebody, after their name, comma is mentioned, exclamatory marks are there, hello Peter can be an hint for you all. So here it is not a second person also. So it is a third person. So you can write in the bracket after nominative third person. In third person, that is also singular. Peter is singular. In singular also, again you have three options, he, she, it. So Peter is male. So according to this explanation, your answer should be air. Please write over there. I am not going to write it down. You all write in your notebook. Instead of Peter, we'll write air. Braucht will remain same. Copy paste down. Air braucht. Now we will substitute the word for Vater. So instead of Vater, Vater is father. Okay. So instead of Vater, the same criteria. First find the case. Then find the person. Then if it is singular or plural, find it. So Vater, it is an accusative, because Vater is not needing anyone. Vater is not a doer. On Vater we are doing action. So Vater is accusative. So write in the bracket over here accusative oblique. Vater is third person, because we are not Vater nor we are talking to father. So it is third person singular and male. So according to that, in the accusative column, third person and that also singular and male is in, I-H-N, in. So the answer will be braucht in. Try to write this E big, because it is the first letter of the sentence. Now, why it is so much necessary to have a different columns? Now, if we talk in English, Peter needs father. So if I want you to translate that in English, it will become he needs he. Can I say he needs he? So if I cannot say he needs he, so that means this column is not enough. So we need a second column so that we get the word him. Okay. So he needs him, and so the answer is I-H-N, in. But students, though here some words look similar to the nominative case, the meanings are different, like Z. The meaning of Z here is she, the meaning of Z here is her. So you have to be careful whether the case is nominative or accusative. In the same manner, ich liebe Sohn. So I love son. Son means daughter and son, that. So now you decide, son is a doer or are we doing action on son? And if we are doing action on son, what is the case? Then what is the person? And what is the gender? And according to that, what will be the pronoun over here? So ich liebe dash. Sie lieben us. I have now here big Z. Here I want you to take this Z as they. Okay? They. So maybe we are talking about Maria and Catherine. So Maria und Catherine lieben us. So they are loving us. So intentionally I have written this in red color because this is an English word. Now I want you to translate this in German. So can we say they are loving we? Can we say they are loving we? We cannot say they are loving we. So this column is not sufficient for us. We need to have a second column. They are loving us. This is important. So it is necessary to have a second column. Just go through the second column, revise properly the columns and learn it and keep. By the time, next time I'm also going to tell you something, how to keep a rule chart in your mind for a very long time. Okay? Just do it. Give me some more examples of in German. Keep the sentence simple. Take only one noun, one verb and one subject object. That's it. Keep it simple. Don't use complex things, like don't mix up with prepositions for some time. Be perfect with this and then you can go with the preposition also.